Welcome back to the Swansea View. We've talked about many scorelines on this channel with Swansea. We've been up, we've been down, 4-0 away from home. We haven't done that one yet. How nice it is to get that one in the bag just before we finish for this season. Welcome back, Richard. Welcome back, James. Did you enjoy your trip to Huddersfield?
Oh,
I still
pretty good, wasn't it?
Still don't realize if it was a dream or if it actually did happen. We actually scored 4 goals and didn't concede. I was like, what's going on? Yeah.
Huddersfield said one of the best teams that have come down to the John Smith Stadium. Was Swansea that good, James?
I think the final result does flatter us a little bit. There were periods of the game where the quality was not there at all. Again, it was just a late flurry of goals, but wow, what goals they were, though, to be honest. So, like I say, if you look at that scoreline, it didn't tell the story of the game. There were massive periods of the game where the quality wasn't great.
Okay, another one for Ronaldo. Richard, he continues to impress, doesn't he, this lad?
Yeah, he's only going to get better. His end product needs to be worked on a little bit. I think his crossing at times can, be better. But that's what you get when you buy a raw player in from abroad. It'll take time. But yeah, lovely little goal for him. And it was all about Josh Tymon, that one, though. The ball over the top from Carl Rushworth's throw. And the way he took it was amazing, really. Just put in, unselfishly played across the box, give it to Ronaldo, puts in the net, takes the glory. He don't care.
Yeah. And James, Jerry Yates got one as well.
I know, yes. It's literally the miracles keep happening. To be fair, like I said, I've been one of his loudest critics this season. But yeah, again, a goal for him can only be a good thing. Hopefully it does give him a little bit of confidence. Like I said, I don't think he's a bad player, but I just don't think it's worked for him here. I still think he needs to brush up on the basics a little bit. But again, nice to see him on the score sheet and hopefully it gives him a confidence boost.
Okay. It's the last away game then of the season, which we're previewing. This one, we're also going to ask you about your favourite away trips and what's been your lowest point of the year. But before we do that, let's talk about Norwich away. 14 home games unbeaten. No one's gone to Carrow Road this calendar year and come away with maximum points. Can Swansea do it, or they're not really that bothered anymore, Richard?
Well, stats mean nothing. And the amount of times I've said this season that teams have come away down to Swansea and they've broken a record. Watford, I think it was about a year they'd been. There was someone else not so long ago. So stats mean nothing. We'll go away. And if we play anything like we did in the last couple of games, we've been playing really well. I think we can go and win. There's no reason why we can't. And like you say, if they're pretty much secured in those playoff spots, why not?
Yeah. Well, Hull and Coventry fans will be cheering Swansea on and hoping you do a job on them. James, are you hoping to see any changes of formation for this? Or not formation, sorry, personnel? Is he trying to give a few other players a run out here or just keep the same finishing 11?
I'd probably like to see Liam Walsh start. I think he gives us, I've been saying this for such a long time, I think Liam Walsh, if we're looking for something different to complement Matt Grimes in midfield, I genuinely think that Liam Walsh is the answer to that. And he's been so unlucky with injury. It would be nice just to have him start alongside, say, Matt Grimes. And like I said, he's so positive when you get him on the ball. So yeah, maybe I'd like to see him, or maybe Azim Abdullahi in there alongside Grimes if Walsh perhaps isn't fit to start. Possibly Aymar Govea, maybe on the wing as well. Obviously, Seamus Local-Hurta's out for the rest of the season. And when we have seen Aymar Govea, he's looked really good. He doesn't look like he's just been plucked straight out of the academy. So, yeah, any of those changes for me, because I said that hopefully the likes of Govea and Abdullah are going to be here long term. Not so certain about what's happening with Liam Walsh, but they're the ones that stand out for me.
Okay. All right, then. It is the last away game. Let's get your views then on what's been your favourite trip this year. Richard, does it feel like a very long season this year? It's been an amazing one, hasn't it, for the neutral? Have you enjoyed this season more than others at times?
Well, it seems to be a bit of an up and down season. 1 week we come in here and we're talking about wins. Next time we're talking about poor performances. And it seemed we couldn't back it up. I think that's the big thing. And then only recently, these last 3 games, 3 wins, 3 clean sheets. That's how it hopefully will be into next season with Luke Williams. So the Duff era was not so good. Williams' era has been not so bad, apart from that little beginning bit where we got stuffed a few times. But yeah, I don't know. It's a strange one. We're going to finish in the middle. You roll on to next year and you rebuild, I think,
All right, then let's ask you for your favourite away trip then. James and Richard, between you, you've done a lot of miles this season, and credit to all the Swansea fans. I know sometimes people take pictures of Swansea's away support and say, "Look at this," but crikey, it is a heck of a journey, isn't it? And credit to any Swans fan who's travelled this season. I'm not sure you've missed too many, either of you, between you. Can you pick up a highlight, James? You go first.
Yeah, it's going to be a strange one, talking about the Duff era, but the 3-1 win away at Plymouth before the international break for me. Boiling hot day in the middle of October, go 1-0 down, and then 3 goals in quick succession, including an absolute Hollywood ball from Jamie Patterson to pick out Josh Key, who's obviously got the Exeter links, was, incredible, an incredible end to the game. And the away end was absolutely bouncing throughout that game. So for me, 3-1 away to Plymouth.
Okay. Richard, what about yours?
I think under Luke Williams, the 2 wins away at Sunderland and Hull, because no one really gave us a chance going away, and we managed to pick up those points at really important times. I think if we hadn't really done that, I think things could have been a lot worse, and we would have been further down the table by now, maybe even fighting that relegation battle. But that was the first sort of time we started looking at the team and thinking, yeah, there's actually something going on, yeah. So yeah, those 2 games, I'd probably go with the Sunderland one was first.
Okay.
Hull one first, sorry.
Okay. I don't think I need to ask you your lowest point away from home this season. Is it 16th of September at a ground not too far away from you, or was there a lower point than that?
That day didn't happen, to be honest. We don't talk about that, I'm afraid.
No. Was other than that game, is there any other points you can remember going, what am I doing?
Middlesbrough the other week, to be honest. That was probably it. No one turned up, no one wanted to be there.
Yeah.
Players didn't, we didn't, manager didn't. He was annoyed, we were annoyed. What you do?
Okay. James, any more that stick in your mind?
Yes, the 26th of December 2023 at St Mary's. We saw goals, just not at the right end of the pitch. And the fact it was the ex-manager doing it as well was, I was just adding salt to the wound. That was, that could have derailed my Christmas entirely. But that was a tough watch. That one was.
Yeah. And of course, Cardiff this weekend have also ruined Russell's weekend again, haven't they? All right then. Thank you so much for sharing all the away stuff that you have done this year. It's been a real pleasure to meet with you weekly and hear about it. I'm so glad Swansea are safe, because I think potentially you could challenge next year if you get the recruitment right, and you've talked about that a lot. You've got a good manager, you've got the basis of a solidly good team. You just need that person who can score goals, but unfortunately every single person on this channel has said the same thing. So do you have high ambitions for next year then? Do you both feel
so.
you could challenge?
I think we could challenge for playoffs if we get the recruitment right. I think you've kind of hit the nail on the head there. We're not going to have a great deal of money. It may be a case of 1 or 2 going out to raise a bit of funds as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Wood moves on to get that money, or maybe one of the youngsters. But we'll get a few more gems in, I'm sure. I believe, you may find another Ronaldo of the sorts, of the likes, but identifying those right positions and spending wise is the key for this summer, and then we can do it.
Okay. All right. Good luck again against Norwich. Thank you both for joining us, and we will catch you next week. Thank you so much.
Cheers.